Welcome. Let's take a journey together into a world of absolutely timeless wisdom, a world that's cradled in the highest peaks on our planet. We're going to explore the life of one of its most incredible messengers, Swami Rama, through his own stories, just as he shared them in his classic book, Living with the Himalayan Masters. This isn't really a journey of geography. It's a journey of the soul.
So our story begins right here, in the Himalayas. The name itself comes from Sanskrit. Hima for snow and Alaya for home. But these mountains, they're so much more than just a home of snows. For thousands of years, they've been a living sanctuary, a real stronghold of yogic wisdom. They aren't just silent stone. They feel like they're breathing, like they're alive. You can feel that energy in the air. Swami Rama, well, he heard this whisper from the very day he was born, and it's a subtle language, you see. It's not made of words. It's a feeling, a presence, an ancient truth that you can hear in the rush of the wind and feel in the deep, deep silence of the peaks. The mountains themselves are the first guru, really teaching us to just be still and listen.
So what we're about to explore here isn't just a biography. It's the story of a life that was, in itself, a kind of scripture. A boy whose only family were the sages of the Himalayas, and his only classroom, their cave monasteries. And as we follow his journey, you might just find that it starts to feel like our own. Swami Rama always reminds us that our childhood is the foundation for our entire life. And his foundation, well, it was unlike any other. It wasn't built on worldly soil, but right in the lap of the divine.
I mean, can you just imagine an upbringing where nature is your mother, where you learn from the flowers and the stars? That was his reality. His education wasn't about cramming his head full of information. It was all about direct, hands-on learning. He learned to read the seasons, to understand the animals, and to feel a divine presence in every single thing.
And get this, when he was only 14, a sage gave him this blessing, written on the kind of bark they used for ancient texts. Let the world be little with you. Now, this wasn't some kind of command. It was more like a recognition of his destiny. It was a real, tangible sign that his life was meant for something much, much bigger than ordinary ambitions.
A true master doesn't coddle his students. He forges them, like steel. The training Swami Rama got wasn't about being comfortable. No, it was about confronting the very core of his being, breaking down every illusion to get to the unshakable truth inside.
So you might be wondering, how does a guru actually prepare someone for the ultimate truth? Well, it's not through gentle talks. It's through experiences that push you right to the edge of what you think you can handle. The lessons are often fierce because they're not meant to inform your mind, they're meant to shatter your ego.
His master once sent him to this dense, dark forest to practice on the bank of a river that was just teeming with crocodiles. Can you believe that? For 6 whole months, with just a water pot and a thin blanket, that's where he lived. This wasn't a punishment, it was a profound practice designed to make him face the ultimate fear, death itself, and realize the fearless, eternal self within.
Now, here's what's so fascinating. The wisdom behind a test that harsh. His master later explained that challenges like that are necessary. Why? Because the whole purpose of life is expansion. You see, self-discipline leads to self-training, and that leads to direct experience. And through that, our awareness just expands. The crocodiles weren't really the point. Conquering the limits of his own mind was.
And this brings us right to the heart of the Himalayan teachings. It's a principle so simple, yet so profound. It completely flips our modern ideas about knowledge upside down. It's the path of direct experience.
So one day, his master just sits him down and asks a really simple question. Are you a learned boy? And Swami Rama, full of that youthful confidence, says, of course I am. But his master kept pushing. He asked him what knowledge was truly his. And right there, in that moment, came this shocking realization. Every single thing he knew, every philosophy he'd memorized, it all came from books, from his teachers. It was all borrowed. None of it was actually his own.
So, what is this direct experience then? Well, it's a knowing that's not just an idea, it's something you become. It's the difference between reading about how sweet a mango is and actually tasting it for yourself. You see, it's a truth that doesn't need anyone else to confirm it because you just know. It's self-evident. And this right here, it just lays it out so clearly. You've got 2 paths. One is the path of the scholar, just collecting information. The other is the path of the sage, cultivating wisdom from the inside out. The first one might make you a great debater, but it's never going to quench your real thirst. The second one, the path of direct experience, that's what leads to true freedom. Real knowledge isn't about knowing, it's about being. Okay, so armed with this powerful commitment to direct experience, Swami Rama's journey just expanded. He didn't lock himself into one single tradition. Instead, he went looking for wisdom wherever he could find it. And he discovered this beautiful, universal truth that really has the power to unite all of us.
I mean, just look at this incredible list of masters and visionaries that he met. He learned from Christian sages living in Himalayan caves, from the quiet strength of Mahatma Gandhi, the deep self-inquiry of Maharshi Raman. He sat with the great poet Tagore and absorbed the integral yoga of Sri Aurobindo. What does that tell you about the nature of truth?
And what was the big takeaway from this incredible journey? This profound and unifying truth. That all the external paths, they might look different. You know, the rituals, the names for God, the scriptures, but they're all just rivers flowing to the exact same ocean of absolute reality. And love is the foundation of every single one of them.
So you see, the journey of this seeker, from the solitude of a cave, it was always destined to reach the wider world. His final mission, the one his master gave him, was to become a bridge, a kind of rainbow connecting the earth to the sky.
And this is the timeless message he was asked to share, and it's beautifully simple. First, understand the ultimate unity of everything. Second, practice the science of meditation to experience that unity for yourself. Third, let that inner experience overflow as love and service in your actions. And the final goal? To become completely fearless, to realize the eternal, divine self that you already are. And his master was very clear. He told him not to teach a religion or spread a culture, but to share a universal science of self-realization, to build a bridge so the amazing technology of the West could meet the deep inner wisdom of the East. Because really, a human being should be a human being first, a citizen of the cosmos, not divided by some label. Just imagine a world where we all lived by that truth.
So here's the most important part. This wisdom, it's not something you have to go out and get. It's an awakening of something that's already inside you, inside me, inside every single person. The entire journey of the Himalayan masters is really just a call to remember the light that we've forgotten is there.
And so we're left with this gentle, profound question. The stories have been told, the path has been lit, the masters have shown us that this capacity for boundless peace, for fearlessness, it's not some special power they have, it's our own deepest potential. The only question left is the one we each have to answer in the silence of our own hearts. How will you tend to your own divine flame?